Hello everyone. In this session, we will do another RAG implementation, but this time I'm going to use Gemini 1.5 Flash, which is the most recent version that we have. And also the embedding technique that I'm going to use, again, a state of art from Google itself. Okay, we'll see that. Let's jump into action. First thing first that I've decided that I'll take you through a little bit of flowchart. And while doing the coding also, I'm going to take a flowchart and then I'm going to go about it. Okay, let's quickly jump. Upload a PDF. Okay. Now this PDF, here I've taken a PDF. You can take any Word doc as well, any document for that matter. Then next step is we're going to split this PDF into a text. Okay, that is splitted text. Now once this splitted in this splitted text, we'll push it for a embedding. Okay. Now in embedding, what is going to happen? This splitted text will get converted into a numeric form. Okay, numeric vectors. These are also called as tensors. They have a very high dimension. You cannot store them in a conventional database like Oracle DB or MySQL. There is a special database for it. In my case, I'm going to use CHROMADB. I'm going to push this into a CHROMADB. Now, I have used CHROMADB here. You can use FireDB. There is another database called as PyCon, which is meant for storing these tensors, okay, high dimensional tensors. Now, yeah, so in my case, I'm going to have this ChromaDB. Once this been pushed into the ChromaDB, I as a user or we as a user can interact with ChromaDB. Okay. Now, once we have done this interaction, we'll put a question from ChromaDB, we'll get an answer. We'll put these two together and push it to LLM, and LLM is going to give us an answer. So query and the context will go to the LLM, and LLM is going to give us an answer. Okay. So if you have understood this, let's go back to the coding now. So I will quickly, what I'll do is I'll quickly upload the PDF. So I've created a folder called data, and I'm going to upload a PDF. The PDF is going to be a paracetamol here that I've taken. Okay. And my previous sessions were also based on this PDF itself. So yeah, I have, if just to show you there, this is the PDF that I've uploaded here, paracetamol. Let me now quickly go into the coding. So first thing first, that I'll quickly install Langchain. Pip install Langchain community. Okay, as and when I'm installing it, I will hide it so that we're able to see the code properly. And once you have installed it, next thing I'll have to upload the PDF. So I'm going to install PyPDF here. Once you have pip, I'll also quickly install from Langchain as well. So what's happened is, I mean, why am I using Langchain at the same time I'm installing PyPDF? Langchain is just a wrapper function. At the backend, it is going to use PyPDF only. So from Langchain, I'm going to use PyPDF loader. Let me quickly name it as raw text as of now, and then I'll use this function called as PyPDF loader. PyPDF, okay, and let me paste it. So here you're going to mention the path here. So path is, I'll go to the data here. I'll go to the path, copy path, and then let me paste it here. Okay, so I'll just see the raw text after we have done this. So let's check it. Now I'll quickly do the raw text part. Okay, so let me call it out as raw file again, and then let me paste it and say load. That's the command that you have to type, load and then file. Okay, we can check the raw file here. How does it look? So if you can see here, that's where if I take you right at the top here, what we would be interested in is the page content that you see. Okay, the page is 0 and page content carries all the information about the document. Okay, so it has page 6 till page 6, page 1 you can see, and it has till page 6, and all this other information that you see are all metadata. So in this case, I mean, text, unlike other time you used to send the metadata as well, but this time we'll send a proper text to the while before doing the embedding, because our embedding process is different from the previous one we have done. Now we have the raw file, we have not splitted that. If you remember the graph, let me quickly show you the flowchart. This is the image that I'm carrying. Okay, and let me elongate it. So we have uploaded the PDF. We have not done the embeddings yet. We are still in between the process. We're going to split the text. Okay, so let's split it up now. So from Langchain dot text splitter. Okay, so that's the package that I require. So what I'm going to do is Okay, the reason I'm deleting it because it is coming automatically. Because let me explain it. So from Langchain text splitter, I'm importing this particular class called as recursive character splitter because this is what I'm going to use to split it. Okay, so let me name it as text splitter, and then let me paste this. Now it will take only two parameters. One is your chunk size, okay, and then another thing is in our case, let me put a chunk size of 500. Okay, the document size that we have, I felt that chunk size of this, because I played with it, I understand that a 500 will give a better result. And overlap is that when you split this text, okay, so each and every split will carry an overlap of the previous struct. In that way, your LLM would be able to memorize it properly. Yeah, so that in the previous chunk, I mean the previous sequence and the sequence next sequence will carry an overlap. In that way, LLM can remember it. So I'll keep it 500 I've taken, I'll take it 100. Okay, 100. So that's the overlap that I'm keeping. And next, now I've instantiated it. In the next process, I will have to uh, split it. Okay, now I'll have split documents. Okay, I'll split the document here, and the document that I'm going to split is a raw file. Okay, because we saw the raw file is having the entire this thing. And let me split it, let me keep it a name called documents. Okay, documents. Okay, so I've given it a name called documents. At the same time, I will also check how our documents have finally turned out. Okay, what is the error? It's saying got unexpected chunk size, spelling is wrong, chunk. It is yet again wrong, chunk, chunk size. Okay, now see, now we have splitted it. Okay, you see it's a list. Okay, once this is done, list, and it is separated by comma, so every 500 words it will have 500 words every sequence. Okay, yeah. So now what I'll do is, in my previous version, from here itself I've started off with the embedding. Okay, but here I'll clean up the data further because I want to remove this metadata information that we saw here. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll quickly do a comprehension for loop. Okay, I will mention doc in documents, and then from these documents I'm just need the page content which I saw, or which I showed it to you. Okay, the page content is where we are interested on. Okay, so this is what we are interested, and right now I'll just give it a name called documents again. Okay, let me name it as document only, and we will also quickly see how did it come. Okay, documents. Okay, I don't know why this question has come. Okay, so now you see it has cleaned up. The metadata informations are gone from this text. Okay, you see metadata informations are gone. Now we have all this 500 text every sequence. Yeah, let me hide it. Now we are all ready. Now we're going to push it to a embedding. Now before that, I'm going to install some of the package. Let me pip install Google. It is going to be google.generative AI. Okay, and the version that I'm specifically looking for is 0.8.3. That's a stable version that we have. And I also need CHROMADB because that's where I'm going to push the embeddings, CHROMADB. Okay, now once this is done, I can quickly install this. While the installations are happening, you'll get some warning and error message. You can ignore that. Okay, well, I haven't got it earlier. I was getting it. Now once this is done, the next thing that I can do is quickly I'm going to import from Google. Let me do like this. Okay, import Google dot generative AI as Gen I. Okay, Gen AI. Okay, and I'll also import one more package, that is just to have a proper display. I'm going to have ipython dot display. I just need a markdown. Okay, I don't need display here, I just need a markdown. Okay, so these are the two another package that I'm going to require. Now once this is done, from here I'll have to select the embedding model here. Okay, now let's quickly select our embedding model. So for that, let me quickly write a program. Okay, for aim in list GenAI dot list, right? Yeah, so this GenAI dot list models. Okay, so from here we're going to check some models, and if content in aim dot, and the model is supported chain methods. Okay, that's it. Now if this embed content is there, so you print the model. Okay, print the m dot name of the model. So this will give me the what is embedding models that we have. So where does it say? From aim in GenAI list models. So, sorry, it's going to be for. So there are only two models we have. Okay, one is model embedding 001 and 004. 004 is the state of art meant for only RAG. Okay, retrieval augment documentation. So let me show you one doc here. So this is the doc I have. So if you see, I'm comparing the two models. One is text embedding 004, which I'm going to use here, and all mini L6V2. Okay. So if you go into my previous sessions that I've already conducted, all mini is already there. It was also giving a good responses for RAG. But this is all mini is a very lightweight general purpose embedding. Okay. And it only gives general semantic similarity and such tasks. You can do a comparison running both of this. And this is optimized for RAG tasks itself, retrieval augment generation tasks itself. Okay. So that's the reason I've used this. So we'll be using this one only. Yeah. So in the next method, what I'll quickly do is I'll rather, in the interest of time, I'm just going to copy the code right away. Okay. So before that, what we all need to have is the API key. So how will you get an API key? Probably in this step itself, you'll get an error. Okay. If you're not having the API key. So have the API key. So before that, I'll just show you the recent version of Gemini that we have is Gemini 1.5-FLASH. Okay, latest. So this is the model that I'm going to use for RAG. And okay, now in order to have the API key, which is again going to be free only, okay, but you have to be cautious. Okay, you cannot. So what you're going to type here is aistudio.google.com. That's the name of the site. Okay, so once you come to the site, you're going to create get API. Okay, once you click that, you can create API from here itself. I'm not going to create one once again because I've already done it. So you can create here, you can copy it, and then you can paste it over there. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll pause this video in the interest that I don't show the password. Okay, that will be a sort of a violation here. So if you see here, I have already copy pasted the API key here, GENAI.configure API, and you put the entire key. So I have already truncated it. Yeah, in the interest of keeping things safe, I have just truncated this, but you'll have to paste this API key and then go with this step, or else you'll get an error here itself. Okay, now in the next step, what we'll have is the embedding step. Okay, now I'm going to copy paste a code from here. I've already executed that. I'm going to explain this to you as well. Okay, so this is the first step of the embedding technique. Unlike the previous run that I have, this is little different. So from ChromaDB, I'm going to import documents, embedding function, and embeddings. Okay, and if you see, the main task is here. Okay, where I'm calling the GenAI, which I have named it as GenAI and GenAI from Google Generative, and this is embed content, which I've already shown it to you. This is where I'm putting the model. So my input is nothing but my documents here. Documents. If you remember, what was our documents was the splitted text that we had. Okay. Now embedding text are nothing but it's going to get converted into numeric form. Now embedding task. Okay. Now if you see, I've created a class here called embedding function, and I'm passing this embedding function here itself. Okay. This is the entire process is okay. You'll have to configure it like that only. And I'm setting this document equals to true because first thing is that I'm uploading that PDF, that is my document. So first embedding that it will do on the basis of document only. And next time it will be your embeddings will be your query, the questions that you're going to type. So that condition I'm putting it here, that first embedding will be retrieval document and then it will be of retrieval query. Okay. So this is what I'm saying, tax type embedding tax, that is retrieval document, because the first is true, right? Here document is true. So whenever it finds false here, document file false, only then it will go for doing the embeddings for query, the questions that you ask. Okay, the next thing is once you have done this, okay, this class is defined. It's going to, once you fire this, class called Gemini embedding function, it is going to give you this response embedding from here. Okay, so again, in the interest of time, I'll just, copy another piece of a code. Again, I'm going to explain this. So what's happening here is I'll give it a name and let me name it something else. Okay. Let me name it Google dot prac. Okay. We are just practicing it. So that is the name of the DB I'm going to give. Okay. This Gemini embedded function is this function. Okay. And I put it in all in one object. And as I'm saying, this document first, it's going to be true. So again, I'm putting it true because later I'll have to put it false again. Now, and this is where I'm building a relationship with the Chroma client. Okay, so actually in the next line I'm doing it. So before that I'm calling the package. Now what this Chroma client does is it will get or create collection is the functions that you're going to give, and it will have two parameters. One is your DB name, which you have given it here. Another is the embedding function. If you remember, the embedding function is this. Okay, and this we have put it in embed func here. That's what I have put it here. Okay, and in the next we are adding the documents. If you remember, I have removed the metadata from the documents. I'm adding this ID, and this ID will just be as metadata itself for it. Okay, so let me run this. So it said client object has no point. Let me see if I have copied it properly or if I have missed one step. I'll copy it once again. Okay, so it's working now. It is adding all the documents here. This is a step it is going through. Now it is, for me, it's a warning because I have already added it. So in your case, I'm sure you will not get this warning. So now what you see, the aspect of whatever happened till now is that I have pushed those embeddings already into the database. Okay, ChromaDB. This is the step where it does the pushing of these embeddings into the ChromaDB. Once this step is done, I have established a relationship. Now I can do the query. Okay, so again, in the interest of time, let me just do the query also. So you can also have a count, like, how much of these documents have been pushed. Let's quickly check how much is it here. Okay, and this is 214, and db.pick, just to see the embedding that has happened. I'll pick the first one. Let's see. Okay, so this is my embedding that has happened. Okay, I'll hide it out, and now let me quickly take the next step. Okay, now if you see here, interesting part is here itself. As I said, so document embedding is done. Now I'm going to put it false because this is where I'm going to put my query. Okay. So my first question, if you see what I'm asking is, since it's a PDF related to paracetamol, I'm asking which age group can use paracetamol. Okay. This is a question that I'm asking. Now what it is going to do, it is going to go to DB and do this query. Okay. I put this query and it is going to pick the first and the topmost result from here. Okay. So if I run it, you'll see, yeah, it has taken ID 25. That's the row number because that is most relevant. Okay, so paracetamol is indicated in adult, adolescent, age 12 and adult, which age group, right? So that's the passage it has brought in. Okay, so since they're probably, it's an Euclidean distance they're measuring. Okay, so all the semantics meaning that it's drawing, it is based on the distance mechanism. So probably here they have, see, it's Euclidean distance. I think enum is nothing but Euclidean distance. Okay, now, so we have it now. We have got the query, and let's check what the query says. So I'm, in the interest of time, again, I'm copying it to check the message. So what I'm saying here, the results that it has, right? From here, I'm just taking the documents and I'm putting into the passage, and this is where the markdown comes. If you remember from IPython, I have brought this class markdown. So this is where it is going to give me a sort of clear passage. So paracetamol is indicated in that percentage. So what it is actually printing is this part only. Okay, so now I'm going to create a template. Okay, so for template, what I'm going to do here is, again, let me copy paste it and then explain it to you how I'm preparing this template. It's very simple template. Now you saw, in my the text that we're getting, we get this slash n, right? I'm removing this slash n and giving it a space, and I'm putting it in passage only. Passage is nothing but the text that I've showed it to you just now. The paracetamol is indicated in adolescent. Okay, that's the age, that's the passage, and query is nothing but the questions that I've asked, right? That which age group can use paracetamol. So this, I'm cleaning it up and I'm putting it here, and my template is, I'm naming it as prompt. And this is what I'm saying. You are a helpful informative bot that answer. For that matter, you can leave it as you, blank, and then instead we can put this question and passage here. Okay. It will reflect it here, or you can configure, put your own linings here. Okay. So let me run this. So see now, I'm putting this, I'll be putting this prompt to the LLM, okay, Gemini flashpoint. So next is I'm going to run the Gemini model. So let me again have this out. So what I'm doing is from GenAI dot generative model, I'm bringing this first, Gemini 1.5 flash latest, which is the latest version. And then I'm saying this model, okay, this model dot generate, I'm putting the prompt. So this entire thing will go here, okay, and then it is going to give me this answer, say answer dot text, okay. I'm using markdown so that all beside letters and characters, words, it is going to remove all unusual things, okay. So remember the question was what age group can have paracetamol? See, let us see. I mean, how can it refine and give me that answer? So paracetamol is indicated for use in adults and adolescents who are 12 years of age or older. Okay, so you might be thinking, whatever probably I've given it in the passage, the same thing, but it is a little refinement has been done if you look it properly. Okay, they have refined. So after adolescent, they don't here you don't see who and everything. So it does. Let's put some more question and check it. Okay, so you will understand how it is. So we know that paracetamol doesn't go with alcohol. Okay, so let me ask this question. So can we have alcohol with paracetamol? I'm not endorsing alcohol at all, so it's just for a just for a sake of a question. Okay, so if you see, it has taken an ID of 6, and this is the passage it has generated. Okay, let's see what is the answer that we get. So now it says this will be the model response. So no. See the precise answer. So in the passage, it has got paracetamol must be taken together with alcohol, must not be taken together with alcohol due to the risks in an increase in the toxicity. Okay, toxic. So now you see the way LLM answers, no, paracetamol should not be taken with alcohol because there is a risk of increased toxicity. So again, refinement in the answer if you see. Okay, now let's put another question maybe, what are the contents of what are the content what does paracetamol contains? What does paracetamol contains? Okay, that's the question that I'm asking. Let me quickly check it. So it says the provided text only states the section what paracetamol contains, but it does not give the actual content of contents of paracetamol. Therefore, I cannot answer the question. Yeah, but it gives me, so far it has been sort of the best that I've got in the rack. Okay, so do definitely give a try, and thank you being here.